listening to RKO Radio.
Hello, welcome to RKO Radio. You're listening to the third show of Head On. What a way to start the show that was. That was Send Me a Postcard by Shocking Blue from 1968 from Holland, who were a big influence on Nirvana, and I think it's quite easy to hear the influence. I think Nirvana later covered Love Buzz, which was their first single, which was a Shocking Blue song. But yeah, great to hear that. And yeah, so let's get the show started. As I say, that was Shocking Blue on Head On. And next we have a guy who, probably the most popular artist of all time, you could almost say. Well, one of them certainly. This was his birthday recently, his death, the anniversary of his death recently as well. And this is David Bowie from the album Lodger, Look Back in Anger.
insane he seemed to be. Driven by the night, still you come. Waiting so long, I've been waiting, so waiting. Look back in anger, feeling my voice, till you come. Waiting so long. Waiting so long, I've been waiting, so waiting, so.
David Bowie with Look Back in Anger from his album Lodger 1979. One of my all-time favourite Bowie songs, that one. Yeah, it was, we just passed the anniversary of his birth and also, of course, his death. And surely there's lots of David Bowie tribute nights. There always is at this time of year now. And quite right, too. One of the most popular artists, certainly amongst people I know. But so many great songs you could choose from David Bowie. But I like that one because maybe not as well known, but still a genius piece of music. Great drumming, great bass, great guitar. Really great song. Okay, next we have Ghost Culture. This is from 2015 and his self-titled album with the song Judeka. This is Ghost Culture.
How strange, I'm satisfied with this. I've never known. Unaware.
So that was Ghost Culture with the song Judecca from 2015. It's a really great album, really worth checking out. Self-titled album by Ghost Culture. Underrated, really nice album, quite electronic sounds, goes a bit from dancey back to indie, back to quite, just really beautiful songs, quite icy sounding, but very good. Next, we are going back to 1980, and this is one of my all-time favourite songs by Tuxedo Moon and What Use. So that was Tuxedo Moon now with the song What Use from the album Half Mute in 1980. As I say, one of my all-time favourite songs, if not my favourite. It's just it just rolls along in a really nice way. I love the bass line in that song. It's just a really fantastic song. Tuxedo Moon have got some really brilliant post-punk new wave type songs like that. They can be quite experimental, but for me, when they're like that, that's just the best. Really great. Next, we are going to Japan, 1981, and with the song Q, this is Yellow Magic Orchestra. That was Yellow Magic Orchestra with Q, 1981. Really great track that. Ryuichi Sakamoto, I think, has done a lot of solo work with David Sylvian as well, but that's a really lovely song from Yellow Magic Orchestra. Also famous for the song Video Games, I think it's called, or Computer Games. Firecracker, I can't remember now. Anyway, next we're going to go, stay in the same year. This is Ghost on the Highway by the Gun Club.
Out in the west, it looks like rain. My eyes are black holes, and I'm burning away. You slaughtered your loving man, killed him in his sleep, and the bloody crown of your murder simply stains the sheets. You're a ghost on the highway. Your gestures meaningless. You're lost to the living man. Trading souls to the end. You thought winning as a woman meant failing as a friend. It is not an odd statement to drown a few passionate men. You made yourself a diamond to blind young men's eyes. You claim because they want to shine, they deserve to walk the line. You're a ghost on the highway. Your gestures meaningless. Sleep. If I ever close my eyes again, I'd realize what you are to me. You are simply a liar, an animal who bluffs and steals until you become a bigger creature's meal. Like a ghost on the highway. You're trash and meaningless. I hate you, but I love you. And I don't care that you're the end.
That was the Gun Club with Ghost on the Highway from the album Fire of Love in 1981. One of my all-time favourite bands. Just I never heard a lyricist like Jeffrey Lee Pierce who writes such amazing lyrics that create such vivid pictures in your head. He really paints pictures in your head with his lyrics. Just really, really fantastic, and one of the most exciting bands that I had the pleasure of hearing. Really, really great band. Okay, next we're going to stay in 1981 again. Now we're going back to UK with a song by Bauhaus called Passion of Lovers, an all-time classic.
Passion of love is for them.
Bauhaus with the song Passion of Lovers from the album Mask in 1981, and again another all-time classic here on RKO Radio. So next we are coming a bit more up to date with the band Lightning Dust from 2013 and the album Fantasy. This is the song Loaded Gun. So that was Loaded Gun by the band Lightning Dust from 2013. Something a little bit new for me, that one. That was actually my friend Valentina who got me into that one. I wasn't aware of them before, but it's a really great song. So thank you to Valentina for that. Hello to you if you are listening in Milan. I hope all's well, and I hope you are studying your English like you should be. Yeah, as I say, that was Lightning Dust with the song Loaded Gun from 2013. Okay, next we have a band called Crossover, and this is a song called Chimera Chimera from 2005.
Chimera, step into the mirror, come hither, come slither, like rushlight and deep den, from freehold to shipboard, quiet is the space mediating. Chimera, come nearer, spend a day in the mirror. Hold fast that dark look, it's not turning back on a gray cold wolf. Chimera, gaze into the mirror. Have no fear. There once was a footbridge, and now there's a footbridge. Fears on what they appear.
Chimera, step into the mirror. Come hither, come hither. Like rushlight deep down from freehold to shore. Quiet in space in the air. Chimera, come here, spin hold fast that dark road, best not turn back on the road. Chimera, gaze into the mirror. Have no fear. There once was a footbridge, and now there's a footbridge. Things are what they appear. Chimera, have no fear. Come hither, come slither. From freehold to Sherborne, like rushlight and deep den. Quiet as a space in the air.
So that was Crossover with the song Chimera from 2005 and the album Cryptic and Dire Sallow-Faced Hoods Blast Off into Oblivion on the legendary International DJ Gigolo Records label. One of my all-time favourite albums, that certainly from the 2000s, one of my all-time favourite albums. A really quite strange, cosmic sound and quite dark, gothic. Just a really fantastic, strange album, but wonderful. So next, My Bloody Valentine from Ireland, 1991, When You Sleep. So it's When You Sleep by My Buddy Valentine from 1991, a legendary album, Loveless, from Ireland, My Buddy Valentine. One of the best live bands I've ever seen. Just one of those strange gigs where the sound, you could just tell, was just getting louder and louder as it went on. Just quite subtle the way they did it, but it was just so good. A fantastic gig I saw in Manchester many years ago. Okay, next, back to 1978. One of my favourite bands, Wire, with the song Outdoor Miner.
Can only help to jeopardize the lives of lambs that shed the cry. And I was alive for a silverfish, eternal dust was ticklish than the clean room a house gets away. He lies on his side as he tries to ride. In fact, it's the earth which is nonsense, but he lies on his side as he tries to ride. In fact, it's the earth which is nonsense, but face worker, a serpentine miner, a roof falls, an underliner of the roof structure, the egg timer. He lies on his side as he tries to ride. In fact, it's the earth which is nonsense, but he lies on his side as he tries to ride. In fact, it's the earth which is nonsense, but
So that was Wire with their classic single Outdoor Miner from 1978. A bit different from the album version on Chairs Missing. This version has a piano bit, which I think is better. But yeah, really lovely piece of music, that one. And now we're going to a song released this year, and last year now, 2019. This is George McFall with the song Repetition from Edinburgh.
Abandoned, native grace, another person, another place. Kids love repetition. Fun hill down and fancy free. Deja vu and OCD. Kids love repetition. In the houses, on the street, counting sheep to get to sleep. Kids love repetition. Hot and cold, day and night. To the left, to the right. Everything is an event. It's all very temporary. Handlebars and railway tracks. Spring forward and fall back. Kids love repetition. New ways of wearing blue. Meat and cheese, screws and glue. Kids love repetition. Feed those demons in your head. Feed them beer and feed them bread. Kids love repetition. Very now and then again. Everything comes to an end. Kids love repetition. love repetition. Gay abandon, native grace. Another person, another place. Kids love repetition. Through the gears with Gatling Fen. How to be an alien. Kids love repetition. New ways of wearing grey. In the teeth of yesterday. Kids love repetition. Feed those demons in your head. Feed them beer and feed them bread. Kids love repetition. Misadventure on the move. In a rut, in a groove. Repetition. Reverie and revenue. OCD and deja vu. Kids love repetition. Reconvening recognition. Resonating repetition. Kids love repetition. Appetizing casseroles. Cut across all income groups. Kids love repetition. Catapulted submarine. Somersaults through liquid space. Kids love repetition. In the houses on the street. Counting.
So that was Repetition by George McFall, or as he sometimes calls himself, Clean George IV, from the album Surrounder, which was last year, 2019. Really, really fantastic song, that, and he's got some albums definitely worth checking out on Bandcamp. Honestly, really good guy, interesting, quite unique sound that he has. I think just really underrated guy, and I hope that he goes somewhere soon. I hope he makes it. He deserves to. He's a good guy. Okay, next, where are we going? We are going back to 1979, and this is the Human League with the song Empire State Human.
Since I was very young, I realized I never wanted to be human-sized. So I avoid the crowds and traffic jams. They just remind me of how small I am. Because of this longing in my heart, I'm gonna start the growing art. I'm gonna grow now and never stop. Think like a mountain, grow to the top. Tall, 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 I wanna be tall, tall, tall. As big as a wall, wall, wall. As big as a wall, wall, wall. And if I'm not tall, 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 then I will grow, grow, grow. Because I'm a tall, 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 tall. I wanna be tall, tall, tall. As big as a wall, wall, wall. As big as a wall, wall, wall. And if I'm not tall, 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 then I will grow, grow, grow. Because I'm a tall, 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 tall. With concentration, my size increased, and now I'm 14 stories high. Empire State Human, just a bored kid. I'll go to Egypt to be the pyramids. Tall, 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 I wanna be tall, tall, tall. As big as a wall, wall, wall. As big as a wall, wall, wall. And if I'm not tall, 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 then I will grow, grow, grow. Because I'm not tall, 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 tall. I wanna be tall, tall, tall. As big as a wall, wall, wall. As big as a wall, wall, wall. And if I'm not
So that was the Human League with the song Empire State Human from 1979. Really fantastic. I really love the early Human League. Very interesting sounds, quite manual, quite, what's the word, analog. Fantastic sounds. I mean, the 80s pop stuff like that's on the album there is obviously fantastic too, but I think before they became famous, making that quite almost experimental pop music is just really interesting and fantastic. Okay, next to Manchester, 1989, and we have the Stone Roses with Elephant Stone. So that was the Stone Roses with the single Elephant Stone, 1989, which I think came out just before their self-titled album. It didn't make it on the album, but maybe on the US copy, I think it did. I can't quite remember. But yeah, 1989, Stone Roses, Elephant Stone. Okay, before we play the last song of the night, just a reminder, you can find Head On and RKO online. If you go to rkonair.com, you can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, absolutely everything. You will find RKO. Okay, last song of this evening, and we're going to America, 1988, and this is a band called The Feelies with a song Away from the album Only Life. So The Feelies, and the song is Away. Bye bye, see you next time.
You're listening to RKO Radio.